What's good, family? Good to see everybody back. We know we gotta know it's gonna take some time to get people to trickle in, but welcome back to Top Five Live, Week 9. Uh, man, we almost had a milestone. Man, we almost had our 10th episode, which
Yeah, I
is
know we got to do something big for that.
yeah. I don't know. We'll figure something out. It'll be officially football season next week. So we definitely can talk. Well, we'll get into the topics later, but I'm very excited. Unfortunately, tonight my boy Danny, y'all's boy Danny, he's not going to be able to come on tonight. His baby girl is under the weather, so he's got to be the great father that he is, and make sure he's tending the baby girl and make sure she gets back to good health. And y'all's prayers, well wishes will be welcome. She's okay, just normal father life. I mean, I want to make sure your kids are good. So it's gonna be me and my big bro Javon tonight. And for those that missed the post in the group, I don't remember if I think I put it on the fan page. I hope I did. But so the top five for this week is going to be the top five best. You know that middle word is always very important. The top five best NFL players of the last 30 years. And I want to protest slightly because we at first said 25, and I was very happy about that list. And then Javon just had to.
Javon didn't do that.
Javon just had to
Javon
throw
didn't
a
do
monkey
that.
wrench in things for no reason
Javon didn't do
whatsoever,
that.
other
We could
than
check the tape. It was Danny.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that was you,
You
but
check the tape. It was Danny.
I don't think so. But anyway, yeah. So we do a top five of the last 30 years, not 25. And I mean, I didn't have to tweak too much. I'm trying to remember if I tweaked anything, to be honest with you. But I could have just been being stubborn. I don't know. But Danny did still send his in to us, so we do have Danny's. And of course, we'll post it after the show. But when we get to that portion of the show, we'll give Danny's first, and then me and Javon will go through ours. And that gives y'all some time, if you haven't already done your list, that you could do your list, and we can discuss them joints at 8:30. Until then, I want to start by sending. I don't like saying thoughts and prayers because politicians have destroyed that at this point. But uh, love and light, whatever it is you believe in, condolences to Michael K. Williams' family. For those who aren't aware, Michael K. Williams passed. I think the news came out on Sunday sometime, and I think they're still kind of investigating. I mean, like what happened. I know he had spoken in the past about having um, some issues. I don't even want to get into that because it's not important. Um, just I'd rather celebrate his life and what it is that he contributed more so. And I know that Danny has suggested, he was like, what I'm saying, we could talk about what our favorite roles from him are. For those that don't know, quick Google search. But I mean, my favorite role for him and how I had seen him in things before, I think. But the most iconic role he had for me was Omar on The Wire. Montrose on Lovecraft Country, of course, because I'm a huge Lovecraft Country fan.
You
Shout
want to know
out.
something?
What?
Never. I have not seen The Wire yet.
Oh
Well, let
wow.
me rephrase it. Let me stop. Let me rebound. I watched the first episode a few years ago. Um, I started to binge watch it, so I watched the first episode and I liked it, but my son was just born, and it was really hard for me to binge watch The
Yeah,
Wire holding my, you know,
I got you.
3-4 month old.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
missed it when it came out live. Like I
yeah.
missed it was Showtime, right?
Uh, HBO, HBO.
Was it HBO? Well,
Yeah,
I don't think I had HBO at the time when it was out.
yeah.
Like,
HBO.
yeah, so I missed it when it was coming out. So I started to watch it. It's still on my list to get through, but it's tough for me to. It was like 6-7 seasons, right?
That show is. I slept on it for a while. Like the crazy thing about it is, like when I came into it, it was because um like my best female friend, my girl Tam. Shout out to Tam. I don't know if she's watching right now, but my best female friend. When I used to go and chill over her crib, like I'd be over there and come in the house and sit down, and they'd be watching The Wire. I didn't know it was The Wire because I wasn't watching. I don't think I had HBO either. But I'd get over and I'd be like, man, what is this depressing crap y'all got on TV? Like, that was the first way that I came into it. I was like, man, what is this? Like, why are y'all watching this depressing crap? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man, you gotta pay attention to that show. Like I can't
You do.
like a lot of TV I watch while I'm drawing or while I'm working. So
Yeah,
like I'm listening, but I'm not totally paying attention.
yeah.
You gotta pay attention to The Wire. So that's why I haven't binge watched it like fully. Like I need to give it my undivided attention.
Look, it is definitely one of the most the Wire won a lot of awards because that show is it does an extremely good job of taking you into the inner city of Baltimore and just the turmoil, the inner workings from the politician side, from the police, from the hood, from you know what I'm saying. Like it does a really good job of really showing all the elements of that go into that type of lifestyle and how tough it can be to be in a city like that. And for me, Omar was, I mean, if you watch The Wire, bro, Omar coming, you know what I'm saying? And see, if you hear that and see everybody scurrying away, you could literally say that now outside of people, like, oh, what? Omar
It's
coming.
funny because I know all this stuff. Like I know all of it, but
It's crazy.
I gotta get to it. I gotta
And
watch
yeah,
it.
I'm telling you, like that's what I'm saying. That show is iconic for a lot of reasons, but he is definitely one of the major reasons that it was iconic. And that was
My,
definitely my first contact with him, like where I really appreciated his work.
I think Montrose for me
Yeah, for sure.
was the role for that because it was very multi-layered.
Yeah,
Like he started one place and like slowly but surely like they peeled, back like an onion
yeah,
for but whatever and like you saw so many different sides of him, from being a father, but why he was the way he was and the
yeah,
way he acted. He did it in such a way like you didn't like him, but you understood,
hmm
but you and you know what I mean? Like he was able to do it in a way that didn't make you wholly hate the character. Because a
yeah.
lot of actors could have done it and you would have been like, yeah, this dude, I can't stand this dude. But
He
the
gets on my
way
nerves. Yeah,
he did it, the way he translated it through his performance was
hmm
just it was ridiculous. Like that to me. I know Omar's his iconic role, and I don't, when
yeah,
I watch it, I'll give my 2 cents on it. But I know
yeah,
that Montrose for me is the one where I think he really, really like just ascended to a different level of acting.
yeah. I mean, I there's nothing I've seen him in that I didn't thoroughly enjoy. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah, I
posted.
remember he was in like RoboCop too, right? He was in the updated version of RoboCop. He was a partner. I remember that.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. He's been in other things since, especially since The Wire, and I can't even name them. You know what I'm saying? I can't even name them all. I just know he's one of my favorite actors to watch. You know what I'm saying? Because of what he brings to his roles and the person that he is. Like his interview on the Breakfast Club, I love. Because again, he's one of those people like why people miss X because X was so
Right.
genuine and Michael hit you the same way. Like I posted a video earlier today. Somebody had posted of him dancing.
Yeah, I seen that one. Yep.
He had to be in New York, man, and he was getting busy. You know what I'm saying? Just letting the
Yeah.
music, you know what I'm saying? He was just letting the music, move him to do whatever he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he's it's man. I you hate when Boardwalk Empire. Yes, yes,
That's another show
yeah.
I gotta watch, man.
That's
I
what
got
I gotta
I got a
catch
lot
up
of
on.
shows to watch.
Yeah, that's one I got to catch up on because I've never watched that. So I definitely have to watch that one. There's some shows I hold off on purpose because I one of my favorite things to do is to have a show to go catch up on and binge.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how much I love me and my ex wife. Um, when we were in my apartment, man, like we used to take whole weekends and just binge. Like we we took a weekend and binged, um, not Manifest, Lost.
I
We
love
took
Lost, but we already talked about
we took a weekend and binge watched Lost. We took a weekend to binge watch Prison Break. We took a weekend to binge watch The Wire. We watched The Wire more than once. Um,
Yeah, those
uh,
binge watching days are done for me. I just,
yeah, yeah,
I'll re up a little later at some point. I can binge watch stuff I've already watched before, but I can't binge watch anything. But what I
yeah,
did want to say about his passing,
yeah,
and it's something that other people have alluded to many times, is especially black men, because there's so many of us like dying
yeah,
like from things that we don't necessarily need to die from, man. We just got to take care of ourselves, man,
yeah.
mentally, physically, whatever, man. This dude was like what, 52?
I think it was 53.
It's like 53. You shouldn't be dying at 53 years old. DMX was what,
He
40
was very,
something, 50
he
something.
I think he was in early 50s.
Yeah, I mean, we need to be living, man. So, take care of yourselves, people. Like, I don't care if it means you got to get in the gym, you got to diet, talk to somebody, but get in the gym and get off the drugs. Like, stop doing this stuff, man.
Yeah,
You're
I
killing
mean
your body.
it's. I hope that I hope I heard somebody say that, and it's always sad to me that one of the first things that we think about is, oh, I hope it wasn't drugs. Um, but I don't like to diminish somebody's life or legacy because of their struggles.
No, I would never do that. I
So
think we
so
all got our demons, and we all got things that we need to work on. And he must have had his own demons,
yeah, we all do.
but we got to deal with them, man. They're not gonna go away. They're just not gonna. You're not gonna wake up one day and them demons are gone. So that's all I really wanted to say. I mean, I'm sorry for his passing. It's a terrible loss, and I'm glad we were able to kind of talk about our favorite roles for him. But definitely, we gotta take care of ourselves, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I mean, I just want to make sure I got that in, and just for those who haven't seen The Wire, for those who haven't watched Lovecraft Country, Boardwalk Empire, those are three shows that he made a serious impact on. If you're not up on who Michael K. Williams was, you want to kind of catch up. Um, but like I said, condolences to him and his family.
Hmm.
Second, uh, Shang Chi. So
Let,
we have to do it.
let's do
We
it.
have to do it spoiler free. We have to do it spoiler free.
We'll do
So
a spoiler free. I would prefer to. I mean, you give me your impression. I'll tell you my impression, and then we can talk about what we've been talking about for the last few days now.
I think. I mean, I can't say I was surprised at how good it was because I don't go into any Marvel movie sleep at this point. So I don't go into any Marvel movie and be like, this is probably going to be trash. So, and with Shang Chi, I didn't have any reason to believe that. One of my favorite things with movies, period, and one of my favorite things of what I'm seeing happen in Hollywood right now is that people whitewashing is starting to diminish, because Hollywood and America are starting to reflect that nobody wants to see that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I one of my favorite animated movies, two of them are Mulan and Coco, because they're not curtailing anything to any other culture but the culture that they're representing. And that's one of the things that I enjoyed the most with Shang-Chi. That's one of the reasons I love Black Panther as much as I do. And I love the fact that they let Shang-Chi be what it should be. There was no whitewashing. There was no crossing things over. We know about the blip. I think me and you talked about that in the group about the blip that they that Doctor Strange made with the ancient one. And I'm very glad that was not here. You know what I'm saying? In Shang-Chi, that would have been horrible. Um, I thought that movie was freaking spectacular. It's one of the best Marvel movies that I've seen. It's definitely top 10, If it's not top 5, it's like 6, 7 at most in my book.
Yeah,
But it's
I mean,
definitely top 10 Marvel movies though.
yeah, I, I'm right there with you. I loved it. I thought it was great. I mean, you can give all the superlatives you want to. It was amazing. It was great. A couple of things that crossed my mind while I was watching it. Number one, they, and I don't know how much you know about the character in the comic book, but I felt like this version of Shang-Chi had more personality than any version I've seen in the book, like ever. Because a lot of the times they made him just this like Bruce Lee carbon copy. Like he
I
was like Bruce Lee, like basically a superhero Bruce Lee, whereas this version was just like well-rounded. Like you could see him having fun, you could see him being set, like it wasn't just like Bruce Lee, like he felt like a real person.
I could
Like
believe that.
that's what I love, number one. And number two, this movie pretty much killed any possibility for an Iron Fist movie ever.
That's a good thing though.
The
Uh,
whole time I'm watching the movie, I'm like, man, this is kind of like Iron Fist, but not
but
really,
way better.
but better. Yeah, I was like, yeah, we ain't getting Iron Fist movies. So if you're an Iron Fist fan, you better hold on to them Netflix shows because
Yeah, and
we
no,
ain't
don't
getting
hold
them.
on to those. Don't hold on to them joints because they were terrible.
They
Uh,
were terrible for many
yeah,
reasons. But I did think I'm not gonna say Shang-Chi's top five. We did our top five already. I had Endgame, Infinity War, Civil War, Winter Soldier, Black Panther. Even when you're trying to go top 10, I can't put it over the first Captain America, the first Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't think it was better than the first Iron Man. Um, I don't think it had the same weight as the first Iron Man. But it's definitely, if it's not in the top 10, if it's not late in the top 10, it's definitely early in the top 15. Because I'm not like I can't, like, I just saw the movie one time. You know what I mean? Like it, to me, it didn't have the huge impact. But once again, I'm not Asian, so like if you speak to an Asian person, they probably feel the way we feel about Black Panther. So I
correct.
ain't, if they want to be like it's top five, I'm not gonna, say it because I'm not. That'd be like me arguing somebody who didn't, no offense to a white person who doesn't think Black Panther's in the top five. So but I would understand why they wouldn't feel that way because it wouldn't connect on the level that Black Panther connects with us. And just like, Shang-Chi seems to connect on the same level as, it connects on the same, the similar level of Black Panther to Asian people. But if I'm just talking pure enjoyment, I got to see it again, and I probably will see it again. I just haven't, I was at the Comic-Con this weekend, so I couldn't run and go check it again. But I'm definitely going to see it again. I don't know if it'll be in a movie theater. I felt a little weird. That was like my first movie theater experience since
Hmm.
the pandemic,
Hmm.
and it's just I'm a little off from it. I
I
think
get it.
going to the Comic-Con kind of helped, but
Yeah,
that was, I mean, it was, like I said, it was a top 15. And you're talking about 24 movies. It's like, it's 15. It definitely had some really good fight scenes. Really good fight scenes.
I think
I would say top 5 in fight scenes.
I think hand to hand fighting. It's absolutely
It's
top.
definitely top 5 in fight scenes.
It's top 5 without question there. Because Winter Soldier's hand to hand, just the fight with Cap and old buddy
That's
on the
my
boat,
that's my favorite.
fire. Yeah, you
That's
know what
still
I'm
my
saying.
favorite.
That in itself was stupid fire.
But I can't give it top 5, man. That's what I was trying to tell you during I was just like, yo, just like right now, you in the moment. You in the
Well,
moment.
I took time to. So I'm not Asian, so I'm not going to try to speak on behalf of Asians. But like I said, I do absolutely look for movies to stay culturally true. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the fact that the fact that they did not whitewash this, that they didn't try to curtail anything, that they didn't try to make it, like tie it back into the God of Israel, or you know what I'm saying, like they kept it within their culture. And for me, that's important if you're going to bring in another culture. You know what I'm saying? I also think some of the Easter eggs that they dropped, I can't wait to see how they play out. With without giving away spoilers, but I cannot
We're not
wait.
gonna go into it. We won't go
Yeah,
into it.
I cannot wait for that. But if you have not seen Shang Chi, it's a
No,
must.
it's definitely
It's a
worth it.
must.
But I give Marvel credit, man, because Marvel a while back said we're gonna diversify. We're
I
going
got to give them
to
credit.
have diversity, and they have not. They have not been. They have been 100% full speed ahead between Black Widow, uh, uh, Falcon and Winter Soldier,
Yep,
Shang Chi, and then they have Eternals coming up, and
extremely
they're
effective.
they're moving from the white guy's named Chris to something else, and I applaud them for it. And I know a lot of people will take issue with it, because they love Captain America, they love Iron Man, they love Thor, and those are three white guys. And listen, I love Captain America, I love Thor, and I love Iron Man too. But it is nice to have something different. I think what Marvel is doing is they're doing what I want DC and Warner Brothers to do. DC and Warner Brothers they
Man,
want to keep trucking out a Batman movie or a Superman movie over and over and over again instead of trying new things. And I give them credit. They try Aquaman and Shazam and Wonder Woman and what's the movie that just came out? Suicide Squad.
yeah.
And they're trying. I give them credit. They're trying, but it once again, we still about to get another Batman movie.
That to me, DC doesn't appreciate. That's a whole nother conversation. But to me,
Right,
DC
right.
just they do not appreciate their fans at all. They what they know is for fact. If they put out a Batman movie, people are going to see it. And they know if they put out Superman, people are going to see it. And they know if they put out Harley Quinn, people are going to see it. They don't care about consistency. They don't care about building anything on their own. Even though they've had some incredible standalone movies that they could have built franchises off of, they don't care. They're like, hey, there's another Batman movie. Here, take that. You know
I've
what I'm
never
saying?
really understood the appeal of Harley Quinn. I've talked with this with other people before. Like it's just not for me. Like, and the people who love her, I'm happy for you. But for me, I just never got it. I've tried, man. I
I
really
get it.
do.
I get why people
I mean,
like
I
it.
get she's an attractive woman. Like
No, but I think
that's
it's more
about
than that.
the
I think it's the accent. You know what I'm saying? Her quirkiness. You know what I'm saying? People like people that are a little bit. It's the same reason we like Joker. I mean, I like Joker. I think Joker's the
I mean,
best villain of all time.
that'd be an interesting top five. I'm gonna disagree with you there.
Hey, I mean,
I think Joker's a bit overused at this point.
how could he be over you? Never mind. Yeah, we definitely.
He literally we've had three people playing the Joker within the last like 15 years.
Yeah, but that's DC being retarded.
I'm just telling you, even in the comic books, like
He's
Joker
still
is,
he's
I'm just,
still a awesome villain though.
no, I'm
Like,
not saying he's a bad, but I'd say great. If you're talking greatest of all time, I think Thanos took that belt and beat everybody over the head with it at this point.
in the MCU, maybe.
No, I think across the board, man. I think the Avengers movies really stepped up and they made him an icon on a level that like few other villains are.
Of course, but again, MCU. So you know what I
Nah,
mean?
I'm talking across the board, but that's another argument. We could we
Yeah,
could we
yeah,
could do a whole top five on that. I ain't gonna do that.
yeah. Somebody,
No, I'm not
somebody.
going off movies alone. Even in the MCU, one of the biggest storylines in the Marvel universe is the Infinity Gauntlet. That's literally one of the biggest storylines ever.
Yeah,
It is a seminal storyline, and it's Thanos like beating the crap out of everybody. That ain't just the movies. That's where the movies got it from.
I mean,
But
people love yeah, but yeah, we definitely that's we we can definitely circle back to that
Yeah,
in another
we can
topic.
come back to that.
Um, the
Where you
way
want to
too
go from here,
early,
man?
way too early NFL predictions. Uh,
Oh,
this whose list is this? Uh,
the referee.
referees. Hey
Somebody's
man,
a hater, man.
come on, yo. Who's hating already?
Somebody got Adam Vinatieri. Man, I ain't even listening to this joint.
Who's hating already, man? You
I
can't
don't
be.
even know. That's why they
That's
don't.
hilarious, though. The referees, that's hilarious.
I don't know who's your Super Bowl prediction, man. I don't. That's tough, man.
I'm not putting anybody over Tampa. Obviously, I think
It's
Tom
hard
Brady.
for me to put anybody over Tampa. If the only team I would say that's close is the Packers.
Yes,
I
I
would
think
say it's probably going to be Packers Bucks NFC Championship game.
I think it very well. I think it also depends. I think the Vikings, if they can stay healthy,
The
can
Vikings,
yes.
the Vikings,
If the Vikings can stay healthy,
the Vikings.
man, how many times I gotta say it? Yes. If Dalvin Cook's on the field, they are a completely different team with Dalvin Cook than they are
Bro,
without him.
bro.
That goes without saying. And they
Dalvin
have
Cook was healthy last year. They ain't do nothing.
no, he was not.
How was he not healthy?
Oh,
How
did you
was he
say
not
Dalvin
healthy?
Cook didn't do anything?
I said they didn't do anything.
He was not on the field.
Uh,
He was hurt. Yeah, you need to
we
look
can
back.
easily check. We
Yeah,
can
you need to
easily check. That's why
If
we got
Dalvin Cook's on the
computers.
field, if Dalvin Cook's on the field, they're a different team. Dalvin Cook might be the best running back in the NFL.
Dude,
And
he ran
I'm
for 1,500 yards in
who?
2020, 16 touchdowns.
Who?
Dalvin Cook.
No mother freaking way.
I'm looking at ESPN right now. His 2020 stats: 312 attempts, 1557 yards, 16 touchdowns.
Man, hold on.
You want to listen to me, man? You need to start listening to me, bro. I tell you what, I know what I said. He
No.
played in
Hold
every game this
on. No way.
last season. Every game.
Um,
I know what I'm talking about. My boy is a Vikings fan. That's how I know.
in the
I don't know who to coming out in the AFC. I don't
in
think the Chiefs are going to come out again.
in the NFC. In the NFC, I can't put anybody over Tampa. You have to wait until things shake out. I think it's going to be interesting to see what teams shake out. That's why you watch the season.
Yeah.
Um, the NFC East, who knows who comes out of that division? It's impossible. I mean, if I had to pick,
let me tell you, my NFC, I got Eagles, Seahawks, Packers, and Bucks, with wild card being the 49ers, Rams, and Cowboys.
I could the NFC West. I have no idea who's winning that division because any of those teams could do it.
Yeah. Any. That's why I got all of them there. I got all of them in the playoffs, except for what's the fourth team? Cardinals. Cardinals are the only ones I don't have in it.
The Cardinals can make it too. I think the Rams. That division is going to come down to the Rams. I think the 49ers have a good shot again if they stay healthy.
If Jimmy G get hurt, they ain't doing nothing. I don't think Trey Lance.
I don't know. I will see what old buddy does.
I don't think Trey Lance is in. I think Trey Lance needs a year.
I don't think he could take him to the Super Bowl. No,
that's what I'm saying. When I say do nothing, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I don't think he can take him to the Super Bowl. But and in the AFC, I can't put anybody over the Chiefs. So I would say the Chiefs.
You can't put nobody over the Chiefs
to win the AFC. No, I mean I say the Chiefs.
You can't. You don't think the Browns got a chance? You don't think the Bills got a chance? The Ravens?
They got to do it on the field first. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like it's so. I think the Chiefs. Let's see. I think the Steelers. It depends on
Steelers ain't doing that.
How well Najee plays. Steelers I don't think Baltimore's gonna get it done because I don't think Lamar. I don't know because I think Lamar he can't continue to rely on the tight ends. And
he needs receivers. He needs receivers. Unfortunately, they don't have it.
I don't think they can do it. their defense is good, but I don't think they're that daggone elite. I think Cincinnati, their offense will take a big step, but I think the Steelers had the best chance to win that division.
The Steelers have the best chance of winning the North.
It's between them and the Browns.
I don't think the Steelers. I think honestly, I think the Steelers going to take a big step back this year.
Why? Based on what?
Because Ben, I don't think Ben's arm is right. Like I think there's a little bit of a decline coming from him. Just from
People
the
said the
way
same
he
thing about
ended
Brady.
last season, huh?
People said the same thing about Brady like 2-3 years ago.
No. The difference is last year, hold on. Last year, Big Ben was balling right up until the end of the season, and you just saw a drop off in his play, and then it just went south in the playoffs. And I'm saying if you look at every season for the last few years, that's how the Steelers look. They start off great, and then Big Ben starts to decline, and then they don't do anything in the playoffs. Like they haven't done. I mean, when's the last time they've been in the AFC Championship game? You're talking like 10 years now. No, last time it was 2014. Right. Like he just fall off. I think the Browns have a good run game. They have a good defense. They have good receivers. They have a decent tight end. They have literally everything necessary to beat the Chiefs. Now, it's that they go as far as Baker takes them. If Baker can ball out and not make mistakes, because they had him on the ropes. They had the Chiefs on the ropes last year in the playoffs. They had them.
The Bills are in contention too.
I think the Bills are in contention, but I think their defense isn't as good.
Indianapolis is in contention.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Stop that.
If Carson Wentz can play, I'm talking on a limb. I'm talking
not
on a
happen.
limb.
It's not going to happen.
We're just talking. I didn't say nothing amazing is about to happen. Okay, I don't have a horse in that race.
They got to go through Tennessee though. That's the problem.
Tennessee, yes, Tennessee should be an absolute nightmare on offense, especially. They are literally a walking nightmare on offense. I mean, having to decide between stacking the box to attempt to stop Derrick Henry or trying to what are you gonna do? Double Julio and AJ Brown? You know what I'm saying? Like
Gary team, man.
If you stack the bots and go 1-on-1 with Julio Jones, that is a touchdown every play.
So let's do this. Let's do this because we want to get into our top 5 list. It's 8:30. You give me your Super Bowl pick. Your super early Super Bowl pick. Go ahead.
I don't even know how it's okay.
I'm not gonna hold you to it. This is what we do. This is what we'll do.
I say this.
Hold on. This is what we do
whatsoever because you have to see
listen.
play.
This is what we do. We'll give a pick right now, and then since Danny's not here, we'll give a pick right now. We'll have this. We'll see the first week of the games, and then we'll come back Tuesday, and we'll give us the opportunity to renege.
Based on logic.
Go ahead.
Based on talent. I'm going with a rematch. Tampa and Chiefs. I don't have any reason to see anything different.
All right, so I'm gonna go bold. Okay. Big time bold. No, I'm not picking the Patriots. Don't worry, folks. I'm not gonna pick the Patriots.
I'm very glad you didn't do that dumbish.
I got a year. We give Mac a year. I'm gonna give Mac a year to get some experience.
Cut it out, man.
Then I'll be back.
Cut it out. I could have said the Panthers gonna make it. I mean, Jesus Christ, come on, man.
Negro, please.
We got a better chance than y'all.
No, you don't.
Man,
no, you don't.
Go ahead and make your
pick. You in the division with the Bucks.
Make your pick.
In the same.
Make your pick.
Miss me with that. Anyway,
pick, bro.
Y'all got Sam Darnold as your doggone quarterbacks. Come on, stop that.
Darnold about to put points on the board.
About to do what?
He about to put points on the board.
All right, we'll see at the end of that.
Yeah, we will.
I'm gonna pick for the Super Bowl. This is bold. I haven't heard anybody make this pick.
Oh God.
The Bucks going back versus Tennessee Titans.
How is that bold?
That's pretty bold. I've never seen it. I haven't heard anybody pick the Tennessee Titans yet to go to the Super Bowl. That's very bold.
No, it's not.
Tennessee Titans
It
ain't
would have been
bold.
bold if you had said the Washington football team. And
You don't think the Tennessee Titans isn't a bold pick?
no, they're one of the best teams in the AFC.
Yeah, but ain't who? All
How's
right,
that bold? There's nothing
you can
bold
find
about
me
that.
3 people. You can find me 3 analysts that pick Tennessee. I'll take it back.
There is nothing bold about that, bro. They
I'll
have one of
take
the
it
best
back. If
offenses in
you
the
pick
league.
that, Tennessee is a very bold pick, dude. Everybody,
Man,
number one, everybody's picking the Chiefs or the Bills
I'm about
or
to
the
give.
freaking Browns to go to the Super Bowl.
I'm about to give. Let me give Danny's top five because you.
Go and give Danny's top
Oh
five.
my god!
Tripping, dude. Tripping.
Nobody
You
listens
calling a
to.
rematch in the
Don't
Super
listen
Bowl.
to this man.
We
What
ain't
he
had a
said.
rematch in the Super Bowl in how long?
I'm not thinking about none of that. I didn't say. You know what I'm saying? We are literally doing the way too early. So I'm going by
Okay,
what
all
makes
right.
most logical sense.
So go ahead, go and give his picks.
So Danny had to send us his picks in, and his top five. Again, we're doing the top five best NFL players of the last 30 years. So from 91 till now. Danny's top five are, and I'm gonna do it from 5 to 1. Uh, Deion Sanders, number 5. Brett Favre, number 4. Ray Lewis, number 3. Barry Sanders, number 2. Tom Brady, number 1. Uh, do you want to do yours next,
Nah,
or
go
you?
ahead. You do yours. This dude
All
put
right.
Brett Favre in his top 5. Lord have mercy.
So for mine, since we did best again, and I make sure I explain. The greatest and best are two different things. According to Javon, best entails a
Here we
little bit of
go.
our favorites. You know
Here
what
we
I'm
go.
saying? A
Here we
little bit of
go.
our favorites, along with, and for me, it's
Man, would
between
you just
favorite
read
and
your
greatest.
list?
It's between favorite and greatest. Since I just got done doing my fantasy draft, I also incorporated fantasy football led beast or legends of some sort, as well as them being the greatest players. So, as well as their impact on the game as a whole in that time period. All right. So, with that being said, number 5, and this was hard for me because I'll explain afterwards. Number 5, LaDainian Tomlinson. Number 4, Randy Moss. Number 3, Deion Sanders. Number 2, Ray Lewis. Number 1, Tom Brady. I mean, there's no way not to put Tom Brady number 1.
I'm shocked this man put Tom Brady on his list at all. As much fire as you kept talk about Tom Brady.
I've never not said Tom Brady is the GOAT.
All right.
I've never not said that.
Here goes my list, and I'm just shocked that y'all don't have one of the I'm shocked.
I'm sure you about to say Emmitt Smith. Nobody cares.
Why would I say Emmitt Smith?
I don't know.
Okay,
Weird
my
stuff.
top 5. Man, I battled between two guys, and it was tough. But I got to give this man props because he held it down for like 20 years almost. Maybe not, maybe like 15 years. I had to put number 5, Mr. Ray Lewis. I had to do it. I had to. He's the face of the middle linebacker position, 2-time Super Bowl champ. He went out on top. You got to give him respect for that. Number 4, how y'all ain't got Peyton Manning on your list?
I'll explain.
Peyton Manning is a 5-time league MVP, 2-time Super Bowl champion, had almost every passing record when he retired, went out on top. I don't know how y'all don't have Peyton Manning. Number 3, Deion Sanders. I mean, prime time. We all got Deion on our list. I don't really have to go into that.
Rightfully so.
Number 2, how y'all don't have Jerry Rice on your list?
I'll explain.
I have no. You got Randy Moss over Jerry. I don't understand.
That's correct.
This man is the GOAT of receivers. There's none better. Not one. And of course, the GOAT of all GOATs, the 7-time champ, the reigning, defending.
Oh, shut up! Nobody needs to hear all that.
Champion.
You already got him at number 1.
League MVP, 3-time league MVP, Tom Brady.
All right. So you had number 1, Tom Brady. Number 2, who was your number 2?
Number 2, Jerry Rice. Number 3, Deion Sanders. Number 4, Peyton Manning. And number 5, Ray Lewis. And I struggle with number 5 because I really did want to put. I did want to put Barry Sanders. I really did. I really did. But
So
the longevity of Ray's career and the fact that he was like productive almost start to finish. Like he was productive all the way up until his last Super Bowl victory, and he went out like a beast. I don't even know if I'm a Ray Lewis fan, mostly because he's a Raven and I'm a Patriots fan, and there's always that. But the man was he's the best middle linebacker in the last 30 years. Like there ain't another one better. In
best
my
middle linebacker ever, but
That's tough to say ever, but that's a tough. Yeah, it is very tough. Very,
for
very
you,
tough.
for you,
Whatever. Go
yeah.
ahead.
So like I said, on my list, the reason I didn't have Peyton Manning, I mean Peyton Manning obviously would have been a shoe in, but I was not trying to put two of the same position on the list. I wanted to spread the list out.
I
So
understand, but
so that's the reason Peyton Manning's not on the list. Because I mean, shoot, if you wanted to do that, you could just put a bunch of quarterbacks on the list. Because the Drew Brees is the third recognition for
yeah,
sure.
but I wouldn't. But Drew Brees has never. Drew Brees. Let's be real. Drew Brees was never the best quarterback of his era at any point. He put up a lot of numbers, but he
That's
was
because
never
Tom
the
Brady's
best.
in his era.
Huh?
That's because Tom Brady's in his
No,
era.
but that's the point. That's what I'm trying to say. Like all the people that
Peyton
I've
Manning was
named.
never the best quarterback of the era either. Tom Brady was.
Are you serious? The man won 5 MVPs. What are you talking about?
So Peyton Manning's better than Tom Brady?
I didn't say he was better. He was the best at various points during his time. He was the best quarterback in the league at various points. He was
How?
the best.
Didn't Tom beat him?
If we're talking, I'm talking about like during the regular season. If you were MVP,
Oh,
that
you
means
mean
you were
he's
the
a
best
regular
in the
season
league.
guy?
So that doesn't matter. Like I'm here defending Peyton Manning here, but if we're talking as a whole, Tom Brady's better than Peyton Manning. But for certain years, yes, Peyton was better than him at a particular year or two. Mind you, I don't think two of them MVPs didn't really, in my opinion, belong to him. One should have went to Steve McNair because they were co-MVPs. And then honestly, I give Drew Brees should have got one of those MVPs, but he didn't. So, but
Well,
I don't think
you
Drew
just made my
was.
point.
But Drew, even when Peyton wasn't there, Aaron Rodgers had MVPs, and Drew never had an MVP.
But
Drew
that
never had an MVP.
it was just a great. He was in a, but he could have gotten MVP some of those years. He has insane passing records, just
Right.
like the rest of them.
I understand that.
So all right. So then he's.
But I'm not
contention.
putting him over. I'm not putting him over Jerry Rice, who is the
I'm
undisputed
not saying anything about
best
putting him
wide.
over
But
Jerry
that's what I'm
Rice.
saying. That's why I don't have him on my list. But Peyton Manning, literally, Peyton and Tom owned like 20 years worth of maybe almost 20 years in the NFL. It was Peyton and Tom and Peyton, Peyton and Tom and Peyton. That's why I can't. If we're talking the last 30 years, I got to have them on my list.
Yeah. So all right. So you asked me why I don't have Jerry Rice on the list.
That's crazy.
I don't have Jerry Rice on the list because Jerry Rice was still a absolute monster from 91 to 2004. He finally retired in 2004. But I would argue his best year ever was in 95.
He had best years up until throughout the 90s.
1,848 yards receiving that year, 122 catches, 15 touchdowns. That was his best year in 95. But he also had he came in the league in 85.
Yeah.
So for me personally, one of the reasons I didn't put him on is, to me, he's more into you can technically count him for that time period, but to me he's earlier than that. You know what I'm saying? Like
he had
so
some of his best years in the 90s.
he had some of them, but when I think
The
about that
majority
time
of his
period,
best years.
when I think about that time period, Randy, I mean, for the time period, for that time period, when I think about who the best wide receiver was, to me, it's between Randy Moss and T.O. for those years.
But neither of them had. T.O.'s never had numbers like Jerry Rice. Like Jerry Rice numbers eclipse both of them, though. His numbers eclipse both of them. Randy had one season where he surpassed Jerry. He had one season, and that was a season
what do you mean surpassed? Hold on.
Well, when I say he had a better season than Jerry Rice, one of Jerry Rice's best seasons. He only had one.
By yards? Do you mean by yards?
I mean yards, touchdowns, everything.
No. Okay, so
I mean, then you might as well put Megatron on it. Megatron had a 2,000-yard season. Like,
I don't think anybody would put Megatron over Randy Moss for all-time great wide receiver.
I don't know many people that would put Randy Moss over Jerry Rice, though.
People would say most people consider Jerry Rice to be the GOAT.
I would say most people consider him to be the GOAT football player, believe it or not.
Yeah,
I've heard that. NFL did a whole top 100 NFL players of all time, and they put Jerry Rice at number one.
I can see it. All I'm saying is, for me personally, when it came to my list, I was thinking of I view Jerry as, I know he dominated in the 90s, but it's like Emmitt Smith. Like when it's one of the reasons why I put Damian Tomlinson over Barry Sanders, even though to me Barry Sanders is the best running back of all time.
I wouldn't have put LT over Barry either. Barry's better. Barry's better. Barry is the best running back of all time.
He is my best running back of all time.
I just couldn't fit him over Ray. That's really it.
But LT is very underappreciated. That dude was absolutely, positively, dominantly a beast in the years that he was free.
Yeah,
without question. In running the ball on the ground and catching. This dude had a season. He had 28 touchdowns on the ground.
I'm here with you, but I can think of 5 other running backs I would probably put over LT.
What? Why?
Adrian Peterson. I'm with Adrian Peterson over LT.
Yeah, but I thought about AP, but AP only had, so one of the reasons I put LT there is because LT was one of the first backs to really explode the game in what Christian McCaffrey's doing.
Marshall Faulk was one of the first.
Christian McCaffrey,
Marshall Faulk was one of the first to do that.
Yeah, but I'm saying Marshall Faulk did
before LT.
Look and see how many touchdowns in a single season Marshall Faulk had. But
Marshall Faulk was a beast.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. We're talking about all time great in all of those respects. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I
hear you.
For me personally, there's a whole bunch of players that you could put into this list, but it came down to, so again, we didn't say greatest, we said best. So I really struggled with not putting Barry on the list because to me he's the GOAT. But I put LT there, one, because I wanted to give recognition to how great he was too. 2, he was a stat-stuffing fantasy football god. And like I said, I put him on there because we just got done doing the fantasy draft, and I wanted to pay homage to one of the best fantasy players of all time. Including Barry Sanders. To me, the reason Barry Sanders is the GOAT to me is because he only played 9 seasons, and I think he's like 4th or 5th all-time rushing on the all-time rushing list. That's insane, and he had nobody else. he was their team. You know what I'm saying? So like the only person that you have to stop is Barry Sanders, and you can't. That to me is why he's the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? LT had a little bit of help. You know what I'm saying? Some of those years because they kept thinking that they were going to break through, but they just didn't have. You know how the Chargers always were. Chargers always seemed like they were going to do something and they just lost or found a way to lose or whatever. But you couldn't blame LT. You know what I'm saying? But then the rest of the people I had on the list were just their impact on the game. Again, I could have put Jerry Rice on there, but for me personally, he came into the league in '85. Man, I mean,
doesn't matter though. But it's not like
years before.
It's not like he wasn't.
But we're qualifying the time period to start.
Yeah, but if we're talking about the last 30 years, the man was putting up crazy. in 1990, he led the league in 100 receptions, 1,500 yards, 13 touchdowns.
But we
And
started
then,
in
and then
91.
in 91, he had 1,200, 14 touchdowns, 84 catches, 1,292. Like,
But that's what I'm saying. Okay, so if
and
you
then
look
he
at
had
Randy Moss,
1,515 touchdowns,
but if
98,
you
93, 94,
okay, but
or
Randy Moss as a rookie,
112 catches, 112 receptions for 1,500 yards, 13. I mean, my God. Like,
Randy Moss came into the league his first year
I
with
understand
13
that.
with 1,313 yards and 17 touchdowns. Year one.
I heard you.
Year one. That's insane. He
I'm
scored
not.
28.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm
He
just
had
telling you.
23 touchdowns in one season. He was literally unstoppable. There was nothing you could do to stop him at all. And you knew he's going to run a 9. You know he's going to run a 9, and you still can't stop him. You literally could put 3 DBs. They literally had DBs drop 20 yards back, and he still beat them
I
in
understand
coverage.
that. I
That's
understand that.
insanity. He's a cheat code.
I'm not saying Moss ain't a beast. I'm just saying I think even Randy Moss would say Jerry Rice is better than him.
I didn't say he's not.
I,
Everybody considers Jerry Rice to be the GOAT. Like I said, for me personally, given the years that we're dealing with,
right.
which
He
is
was
another reason
dominant.
why I'm 100% sure that the reason you wanted to change it to 30 years instead of 25 is just to put Randy Moss on the
I
list.
didn't change it. I
Yes,
didn't.
yes,
I didn't change it.
100%.
I promise you I didn't.
I know
gonna
for
go
a
through.
fact
No,
you
we're
did.
gonna
I
go
can
through. We're
find
gonna
it
go
and
through.
post it.
We're gonna go through and
No,
see if
you
you
gonna
did.
go
I
through it.
know
I
I
know
did.
for a fact it was you. It wasn't
It
Danny.
wasn't me. It was
It
Danny.
was you.
Why would I don't even care? I tried to remember. I tried to move it up. I tried to move it
No,
up to
we
2000.
started at 25, and you were
Bro,
like, "I
listen
think
to
we
me.
should do 30."
Listen to me. I tried to move it up to 2000s. Danny was like, "Nah, let's do 30."
No, he
I
did
didn't do
not.
that because the reason why, because my list, if we had done the from 2000 up, wouldn't have had Deion and Randy and any of them. It would have had everybody after that. But once Danny was like, let's do 30, I was like, all right, cool. And that's when I had to go back and look and remind myself how long some of these dudes played.
I think that crap was a mistake. We shouldn't have changed it because to me, like I said, the reason Jerry Rice is an obvious pick. Of course he is, but at the same time, to me, again,
That's why I wanted to do 2000.
in my mind, I'm thinking about. To me, Jerry Rice is another era. Like he was dominating in the '80s, like with Montana. Then when they crossed over to Steve Young, he was still dominating.
The only
But
and what
that's
I'll
like
say about
the
Jerry,
majority of his career, what he was dominating was from the '80s to like '95.
Jerry
After
also
that,
never had like down years. Now he never really had down years. Randy had down years.
yeah, but that was because Randy had crap going on off the field.
Well, he had down, but that goes into it.
Okay,
Like Randy had down years. Jerry Rice was pretty much dominant from like start to finish.
He wasn't dominant in Oakland, bro.
Oakland Raiders, he had 83. He caught 83 passes for 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns.
Yeah,
then he had 92 passes.
That was the first
1,200
year.
Yards. What?
You say he never had a down year. The last 2 years would be down years, bro.
I'm reading. All right, fine. You mean at the end of his career? Yes, he had a down year.
When was Randy Moss?
Absolute. Randy had a down. Randy, Oakland wasn't the end of Randy's career though.
No,
Oakland wasn't the end of his career.
He had dominant years with the Patriots.
Yeah,
which
he
makes
had
it very clear he just wasn't thinking about football.
And then he went to Minnesota and didn't have great years, and then ended up in the
That was the end of his career.
Huh?
It was the end of his career.
Remember, not Oakland. No, he went from Oakland to the Patriots to Minnesota. Didn't really do nothing in Minnesota. Made a point to say he wished he never left New England, and then went to San Francisco, I believe.
Yeah, but my point is,
he tailed off after he left the Patriots.
But I don't think it was because of his skills. It was.
I didn't say it was because of his skill, man. I'm just telling you what happened. Like, I'm not saying that his skills deteriorated. I'm saying Randy had down years in the midst of his career. In the middle. Jerry Rice was pretty much dominant until his body couldn't allow him to be dominant anymore. And that was like right at the end.
I'm not making a case that Randy Moss is the GOAT receiver of all time.
I mean, if you're talking about his Oakland Raiders days was 2000, 2002, 2003, and then they went to the Super Bowl. He went with them to the Super Bowl. He almost won another chip.
Well, again, nobody's contending that Randy Moss is better than Jerry Rice as
But
like.
that's what I'm saying. If we're talking about through the 30-year time period, that's why Jerry works in the 30-year time period, because you're talking of at least 12 years within that time period where he was still balling. Now, did Randy come in and ball with Minnesota? Absolutely, he came and balled with Minnesota. Randy Moss is one of my favorite players. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't like Randy Moss. I was a fan of his in Minnesota. I was a fan of his in, well, I wasn't paying much attention in Oakland, but I was a fan of his in New England. Like, I love Randy Moss, but Jerry Rice was a whole nother level.
Again, I'm not trying to say that Jerry Rice is not the GOAT receiver. Pretty much everybody contends that. All I'm saying is time period wise, for me personally, I fit him into another time period. He technically works for this time period, but I just don't view, when I think about the last 30 years, I don't view Jerry Rice as fitting into that really. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the dominant years of his career. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Like I said, I could put Jerry Rice on there, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying? So for me, one, I wanted to spread the wealth on, that's why I didn't have Peyton Manning on there, because I didn't want to have double upset positions. I just wanted to pick one person at those positions. I really wanted to put Ed Reed on there. God knows
I tried so hard.
I had Julius Peppers on there for a while because he's I think third on the sacks list, and of course he's a Panther.
I'm shocked. This dude put more. We gotta talk to Danny about this Brett Favre, man.
He had already told us last week.
I know, but I don't understand.
I don't know why you're surprised. I mean,
I'm not surprised. Brett Favre.
I knew it was coming. I didn't. There was nothing in me that thought that it would be anything different coming from Danny. Man, he just used to being a contrarian.
I mean, I would put there's a long list of quarterbacks I would put before Brett Favre on the list. I put Elway, I put Marino, I put Aaron Rodgers. I put before Brett Favre.
Yeah, well, you don't need to say it like that. You said that real disrespectful concerning Aaron Rodgers.
What?
You say
why?
You like heck, I put Aaron Rodgers there as if he completely deserved to be there.
I mean, he's not in my top 5 quarterbacks. He's not in my top 5 all-time quarterbacks.
Who you got in there? Johnny Unitas?
No.
Terry Bradshaw?
No.
Oh well.
It'd probably be Brady. It'd probably be Manning. Brady, Manning, off the top of my head, in no particular order. Brady, Manning, Brees.
You gonna put Brees over Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Marino and Elway. Oh, Montana. That's what I put. So it wouldn't be. So hold on. Brady.
I was gonna say you didn't say.
Hold on. Young. I got. This is why I don't do my list like off the top of my head. Brady, Manning, Montana, Elway, and Brees.
Steve Young.
No.
Oh my God! I'm not doing this.
How is Steve Young better than any of these dudes? You think Steve Young is a better quarterback than Drew Brees? You think Steve Young is more accurate than Drew Brees?
Drew Brees is one of the best quarterbacks of all time, without question.
Time out. You really think Steve Young is more accurate than Drew Brees?
No, you asked a question I didn't answer yet.
I'm asking.
I didn't tell you that.
I'm asking.
I think Steve Young is one of the most multi-talented quarterbacks of all time.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
He started the trend of being able to be accurate and running for y'all.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I asked you if he was more accurate.
I didn't say he's more accurate. Okay.
So we're agreeing.
Is Peyton Manning more accurate than Drew Brees?
Yeah.
Why? How?
Yeah,
But never
the
mind.
stats bear it. The stats bear it. I mean, I could go through and look, but
Do they?
Peyton Manning was one of the most accurate
Drew Brees
quarterbacks
has
of
one of the
all
best
time.
completion percentages of all time, if not the best.
If you
His completion percentage is like 5%. It's at least
well,
5% over Tom Brady,
number one, Drew Brees threw a lot more than Peyton, way more than Peyton Manning.
which is why his accuracy should be lower if he threw that many more times.
No, that's not how it worked. What are you talking about?
What the hell do you mean? That's not how it works.
We
If you
need
have more volume, your accuracy.
Here's the
If
deal.
you have
Hold on,
more
time out.
volume and your accuracy
Just
is
answer my
still
question. Answer
higher.
one question before we go. Before we go into the accuracy, do you think Drew Brees is a better quarterback than Peyton Manning?
I think Drew Brees and Peyton Manning are
I just
extremely
want you
close.
to answer the question, man. Yes or no? Is Drew Brees better than Peyton Manning?
I think that's very close.
Do you think Drew Brees is better than Peyton Manning? You can't. I just want you to answer my question, dude.
It's not an easy question to answer.
It's very
It is
easy.
very close.
Do you think Tom Brady is better than? Do you think Drew Brees is better than Tom Brady?
I think if Drew Brees played in Tom
Oh
Brady's
my god!
career,
Oh my god!
I think if Drew Brees played in New England, it's quite possible that
Bruh,
he
he
gets those same
played with
championships.
one of the best. Drew Brees played with one of the best, greatest coaches of all time. He played with one of the greatest coaches of all time. This whole argument.
Is he a better coach than Belichick?
No.
Is he a better coach than Belichick?
No.
Would you say no or yes?
I don't think he's a better coach than Belichick.
Oh, okay. Well then.
But this whole notion that everybody does this with Tom Brady. Oh, if this person played with the Patriots, they would have 7 rings. No, listen, you wouldn't have 7 rings. You might have 1 ring, but you ain't gonna have 7. You ain't gonna have 6.
How you figure that?
Easy. It's not like
if Drew Brees had had defenses. Okay,
Peyton Manning
if Peyton Manning or Drew Brees had the defenses that Tom Brady
Peyton Manning
did,
played with a Hall of Fame coach.
Tom Brady, at least 2 of his championships were won more so by the defense and Adam Vinatieri than him.
Okay, so 2 of his 7 champions. At least two.
Okay.
And he won against.
That's possible.
Let's do this. Let's go. You want to give his first championship to his defense? You can do that. All right, I'll allow it. The second championship wasn't for the defense.
Are you talking about the one you guys cheated us on?
We didn't cheat you in.
Which one did y'all cheat us on?
It was a shootout. Nobody got cheated.
No, y'all cheated.
Don't do that.
Tapes got burned. All kind of stuff. It was madness. The most madness ever.
It was shootout. How did we cheat?
No.
How did we cheat you?
What do you mean? Let me Google it. Continue talking.
How did we cheat you? Was it our fault? You guys kicked the ball out of bounds?
Hey,
on the kickoff? Oh, we cheated you? Is that how we cheated you? I'm just waiting. Are you going to talk about the phantom walkthroughs that never happened that the reporter actually came back and rescinded, talking about didn't happen? We could talk about that. I'm waiting. I would love to hear about how we cheated the Carolina Panthers.
Why? Hey, weren't you supposed to be making some other point?
You the one that made the point. You the one that said it. You the one that made the accusation. But I'm gonna go anyway.
You trying to prove
Drew Brees is more accurate. No. I'm gonna go back. I'm ignore the salty Panther fan. Drew Brees is more accurate than Steve Young. He's thrown for more yards, more touchdowns. He's done literally. He's literally surpassed Steve Young. Steve Young would say that Drew Brees is better than him.
Carry on.
I mean, what? Peyton Manning is better than Steve Young by a country mile. He's way better than Steve Young. But I mean, who else you got in your top 5? Because my top 5 is solid. My top five got Hall of Famers, top to bottom.
You're asking me for my top 5 quarterbacks?
I'm taking that, Daddy.
What's up, little man?
I'm just saying, my top 5 quarterbacks is solid. Mine's is rock solid. Hall of Famers, GOATs. I'll say this though. If you wanna, Warren Moon is a baller, and I feel like I want to give him his due, but his circumstances prevent me from putting them in there. And it's not fair, but it is what it is.
Hold on, bro. I'm just pulling up the numbers real quick because you said
Who? Warren Moon?
who did you say that was more accurate than Steve Young was? Who did you say that was for?
Nah, I was talking about Drew Brees and Peyton Manning.
You said something about Steve Young.
I didn't say
you said something. You said somebody was more accurate than Steve Young. It was way more
Drew
accurate.
Brees and Peyton Manning.
Hold on.
I mean, what you want to do? I mean, his completion percentage was 64.3, passer rating 96.8. I mean, you want to look at Drew Brees? Let's look at Drew. It's real easy.
Nah, Drew Brees is literally. I think he's like top because
Drew Brees is 67.7. What do you want?
It's freaking insane.
It's crazy. I like
Steve Young is throwing at 65% as a running quarterback.
I'm not disputing the fact the man is great. Steve Young is a great quarterback.
You said he wasn't accurate.
I didn't say he wasn't accurate. When did I say he wasn't accurate?
All right, so if you're asking me to give a top 5 QBs all time, top 5 QBs all time.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at I'm laughing. Go ahead. I'm a little offended. You thought I'd have Terry Bradshaw in the list. Like, what the hell is that?
Joking, bro. I wasn't even being serious.
I'm not that old, man. I ain't that old.
I mean, you be blowing it, but anyway, I mean, Tom Brady has to be the GOAT because he has the most championships.
We put Michael Vick in.
Go with it. I think Drew Brees is definitely one of the best. If Aaron Rodgers had more championships, he'd absolutely be in that list. But he lacks the championships that most people are going to cry about in that conversation. So I don't know. I mean, I think everybody would have to put Peyton Manning in there.
You only gave me how many? I don't know. You said Aaron. You said
the
Tom,
two definitives. The two definitives are Tom and Peyton. I think Aaron Rodgers has a great case, but like I said, the it's going to come down to championships, and people are going to go against that because he only has one. And he did choke last year for one of the championships, but we've also seen Peyton Manning choke. We've seen Tom Brady choke. People choke. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's a part of football.
It's not so much that QB chokes because I've seen Tom Brady, like I said, like you said, I've seen Tom Brady throw an interception, lose an AFC championship game. I've seen Tom Brady fumble in the Super Bowl to lose a game. To me, is how often you rise to the occasion in the top on the biggest stage. Like, you got to rise more than you fall.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If we're gonna go by that, Peyton Manning fell a lot.
He lost what, 2 Super Bowls and won 2 Super Bowls.
He lost to Tom Brady like 5 times.
And Tom Brady's lost to Peyton Manning like 4 times. Yes, he has.
Give me a second.
Dude, he beat Tom Brady. Listen, he beat Tom Brady with the Broncos twice. He beat Tom Brady with the Colts once. That's 3 times. He's knocked Tom Brady out in the AFC Championship game to get to the Super Bowl. These top 5s are off the dome though. We didn't really think these through.
What top 5s?
She said we need a neutral verifier to confirm all our lists. The QB is off the top.
Yeah, the top 5. I mean, the top 5 QBs are just because he was wilding about something.
I'm wilding. You the one that said you got cheated. I'm still waiting for that. I'm still waiting to
Panthers got cheated, bro.
Still trying to figure out how we cheated you in a shootout game.
Question. Everybody knows it. Like, it's not even.
It was a shootout game.
It was a great game. It was one of the best Super Bowls of all time. But you guys.
I wouldn't even say that. Whatever.
Okay.
Y'all ain't even in the top. Y'all ain't even in the top 5. Top 3. I'll say y'all ain't in the top 3 at best Patriots Super Bowls. Whatever.
Well, I mean,
we got too many to go over, man. We got too many.
I mean, the Giants Super Bowl that they beat you guys is definitely ahead.
We lost twice to the Giants. We did.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Eli is undefeated against your guy. So I mean,
He's not undefeated against us
I
in
guess
Super Bowls.
we should
In
put
Super
Eli
Bowls,
in
yeah.
there.
I mean, if
we should put Eli in there.
if you want to latch on to
Eli
somebody
should
another
be in
team's success, sure. I mean,
Eli
I
should
don't
be
have
in
to
there.
do that. I don't have to
They
do
beat
that.
that dude twice
He beat us twice in the Super Bowl.
in Super Bowl, undefeated,
In the Super Bowls.
never lost.
Never
Like
lost. Never
yeah.
been back either. Ain't been back yet. We've been back.
He was waiting for y'all to go back so he could beat
We've been
y'all
back
there and
3
beat you again.
times. 3
He-
times. 3
He
times.
waiting on y'all
Actually,
to get back so he can beat
That's
you
not
again.
true. That's not true. We went back, beat Seattle, beat the Falcons, beat the Rams. We lost to the Eagles, but hey, can't win them all. So we've been back 4 times before the Giants have even been back. So hey, if y'all Giants fans, y'all got it. Y'all got it.
I'm not a Giants fan. But
I'm not talking about
you can't ever talk trash
You
to
want
the
to hang
Giants.
on to Giant success. I'm sorry that y'all lost against
You
the
can't talk
Patriots.
trash to the
And I'm
Giants.
sorry
fans.
y'all got mollywopped by the doggone Broncos. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh wait, okay. So don't get me started on that Super Bowl.
I'm just saying,
Please
it's
don't.
not my fault.
Please don't get me started on that.
We
Super
ain't
Bowl.
lose to the Panthers. We ain't lose to the Panthers.
There was a whole bunch of nonsense and BS going on in that Super Bowl, and everybody in the world saw that bullcrap.
What nonsense and BS?
All kinds of man launching at Cam's head, hitting him with everything you possibly could, every freaking play with no flags ever. Like you know what I'm saying? They just coming at Cam like, you know what I'm saying, in the face mask, hitting him in the temple, doing all kinds of crazy stuff in the pocket. He ain't running. He in the pocket, and the ref's like, I can't throw my flag.
Man, this sounds mad salty, man.
No, it don't sound salty. Go watch the tape. It's very clear, bro. Go watch the tape. It's not.
Listen,
The worst thing
I would
Cam
be
did,
upset too.
and Cam took them literally with no help. I mean,
I'm a fan of Cam. I am a
Brown
fan of
was
Cam.
the best receiver we had, and we
Who?
still were 15-1.
Who was the best receiver y'all had?
Exactly.
No, I didn't hear what you said.
Philly Brown.
Philly Brown's not the best receiver.
Philly Brown and Ted Ginn were our 2 starting wide receivers for a Super Bowl.
Didn't y'all have Benjamin in that year?
No. He
I
got
thought
injured.
Benjamin was there.
He got injured in practice, in preseason, in training camp.
Hey, listen, y'all had a shot, man. Y'all had a shot.
We were
I feel bad
15-1.
for you.
Philly Brown and Ted Ginn as our top wide
Can't
receiver.
win them all, man. Can't win them all.
I don't want to hear that bullcrap. Anyway,
I don't know what to tell you, man. Like I can't
believe you tell me
be a
anything.
thing, man. Like we got championships on over here, man. We all right, man. And you know
sometime soon. Those days are over. Your championship's left with Brady.
Don't sleep on Mr. Mac Jones, man. Don't sleep on him. He might not win it this year.
Nah,
he might not. We ain't gonna win it this year. We ain't. Hey, listen. Nobody would have predicted. Hey, nobody would have predicted the championship when Brady went up the first time. Nobody would have predicted it.
Okay. Yeah,
we went
y'all got it.
I'm gonna say this.
Got it next year.
This is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say about my predict for the Patriots. This is what I'm gonna say. All of this. We went 7-9 last year. 7-9 with Cam playing not very good. I wasn't good. Cam didn't play good, but we went 7-9. All Mac Jones has to do is play better than Cam did last year.
Did y'all have anything that could help Cam play well, though? I mean,
that's the point. We got 2 good tight ends this year. We got good defense. We got better wide receivers. We got good running backs. We good.
I missed it. I missed who the better wide receiver. Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby Myers is a decent wide receiver. He's a decent slot guy. He's a decent slot guy. I didn't say he was great.
Nobody even does it.
I didn't say he was great. I didn't call him a Pro Bowler.
You say he's decent, bro. Like nobody knows who he is.
I didn't say. I mean, that's like saying nobody knew who Edelman was until Edelman became Edelman.
He's not Edelman.
I didn't say he was. You said nobody knows who he was. I'm saying nobody knew who Edelman was until Edelman became Edelman. Nobody knew who Edelman was when Wes Welker was here. Nobody knew.
So y'all got the ship next year then? That's what you're saying?
I didn't say we got the chip. I just said watch out for Mac Jones. Y'all, listen.
Why?
Y'all sleeping.
Did you draft him? I'm about to look at the fantasy team.
No, I didn't draft. I drafted. You know who I drafted? I drafted Aaron Rodgers. Actually, I tried to. I did. I put him in my queue. Somebody took him.
Okay.
I was about to.
It took him mad late though.
I didn't need another quarterback.
They took him bad late. They didn't do it.
I mean, when last time somebody when did somebody pick Sam Darnold?
At the end, I was gonna take him.
But you
Somebody
didn't.
took
But you
somebody took
didn't.
Jameis. Somebody took
But you
Jameis
didn't.
from me. Somebody took Jameis from me, and I was very,
Right.
very upset.
Go play, all right?
I was very, very upset about that.
Ron, hold on one second.
Man, listen, we did our top fives. I posted it here, and I'm gonna post it in the group like normal. Danny, for those of y'all who missed it, Danny had to be the great father that he is. One of his baby girls wasn't feeling well, so he had to stay out the show tonight to make sure she was good. We appreciate y'all for coming in again. I'm gonna try to think of something for episode 10. I mean, I think that's an accomplishment because I've been stewing on this show for a while, and I'm very happy to be able to have it, have it out now and going. You know what I mean, and have support, have you guys support, man. It means a lot. Next week, I have no idea what we're gonna do. I didn't put up a poll this week because we had decided kind of quick what we were gonna do with football coming back. So I'll put a poll up this week to see what y'all want us to debate and what list y'all want to put together. And very exciting, you know what I'm saying? The list that y'all have suggested have been dope, you know what I mean? So I'll put the poll up, if not tonight, in the morning. I appreciate y'all for coming back and rocking with us, man. Like I said, we got it's a milestone to me, you know what I'm saying? We got to 10 episodes, being consistent, haven't missed a show, and I'm very happy about that, man. And hopefully, we can just continue to grow the show, continue to build buzz for the show and have people coming back and have y'all continue to support us as we continue to hopefully provide you great content. At some point, get a producer so we can just focus on talking and debating each other and other people that we invite on the show. That is also open to. If y'all want to come on, just let me know, and I'll try to make sure we can make it work. But yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you so much for listening. Javon had to step off, obviously, to go get his little man. But we'll be back next week. I'll put the poll up to see who won this week's list, and I'll let you guys know. I'll put the poll up too to see what you guys want us to debate next week. I love y'all, man. Hope y'all have a good week. Peace and love.